Katie here with Greenview Puppies, and today we're going to go over what's in our whelping cart. So today is March 23rd, and we are 3 days away from our puppies. From our current litter. Our cockapoos are going to be heading home. We have puppy pickup that day, and they're all going that afternoon, which is very exciting. But we are also anticipating a new litter 2 days later is Lexi's due date. And so we are just in the process of getting things ready and our puppies ready to go to their new homes, but then also to get ready to welcome new ones in. So I just wanted to go over what we keep in our whelping cart. I've had other breeders ask me for information on what they should have on hand, how we do things, that kind of stuff. So I just thought this would be a nice, simple way to just show you what we use, what we have, and what works for us. So here we go. Start off with, obviously, the things up top here are pretty self-explanatory, but we keep nursing pads. I think these are actually like for adults, but they're nice big like bed pads that I use to put down in the whelping box, which actually we are going to be using this, so I won't even need ones that big. But Lexi's small. She plans, I think she's having a small litter, so we're going to use a smaller tub. These are just like disposable body wash, like cloths. I used to use these for like making my own baby wipes, but these are great to like wipe down the puppies. But I also have towels. These are like flour sack towels that I really enjoy using as well. They're bigger and a little nicer. Obviously, we've got some gloves. I like to change out my gloves between each puppy. We have Vaseline here. I've not had to really use this, but this is good for lubrication if you have maybe a stuck puppy or you need to do feathering to help induce contractions, that kind of thing. Thermometer, keep an eye on Mom. I use a natural hand sanitizer, and I use that pretty frequently throughout the whelping process. Our little bulb syringe to suck out all the junk from their nose and their lungs. Identification collars. I bought these Velcro ones, and I hate them. I feel like they get caught on the blankets and everything, and they constantly come off. They're in here in case I ever run out and really need them, because I don't want to waste, but I hate those. I love these little, I think they're actually like meant for like face masks, but they're just like these bands that you can adjust how big the loop gets to go around their neck. They're stretchy and really soft and tiny for these little pups. There's food in there. Why is there a piece of dog food in there? Oh, I swear. This is what happens when you have children that help you. But I just really like those because I feel like it's small, but it also like is great for swapping out. They're cheap. You get like 200 in a pack for like $10 from Amazon. And then as they get dirty, like once a week, we can change them until we move them to their bigger collars. And for our bigger collars, we use these. And that way, as they're walking around and stuff, when I do my videos, people can see the colors a lot easier and know which puppy is which. Because a lot of times our puppies are sold before they're even a few weeks old, and so their families like to follow along with them. I keep chapstick in here for myself because it never fails. I want chapstick. I also have this wrap. We use this to put on their tails to keep their tails clean during labor because it's messy. And then on the bottom, I see another piece of food. Lovely. This is our little scale that we use at birth in like the first week or so, so we can get a birth weight. And that's what is really nice about the collars, and you can keep track of the puppies really well. It's important to monitor their weight at least once a day the first 2 weeks, but sometimes even twice a day. I have iodine and alcohol pads, hemostats, and I do have a pair of medical scissors that go in there as well, but I found them and I realized I never cleaned them. These are just some other little clips for umbilical cords and cotton pads, nail clipper. This is CalSorb and Oral Cal Plus. This is really great for your whelping mom. It helps to keep contractions strong and coming. It gives them that extra energy and boost they need. And then I have Nurture Mate on hand as well, which is a colostrum supplement in case you have a puppy that needs an extra boost, or is fading, that helps to get them some calories quickly. So that's like the basic things. I have moms that went in. I also keep on hand a milk replacer for tube feeding if needed, and I have the tube feeding equipment as well. I have the One Puff aspirator and resuscitator. Thankfully, I have not had to use this yet, but I am thankful it's on hand in case we would have a puppy in trouble. I have a few tools to help me, do the best by the puppy. And then I recently purchased an incubator kit care unit from My Breeder Supply that if I would have a puppy in distress, I could take them to the vet in this. It's vented, it's heated. You can plug it into your car, and you can also hook oxygen into it. So once I get an oxygen concentrator, I'll have my own incubator. And then I do have on hand some things like an IV drip. This is just lactated ringer, which just helps to hydrate. So I have this and the syringes to do IV fluids if needed. This would be subcutaneous. I don't do actual IVs like through the vein. And then I would also keep on hand some electrolyte solution just to help make sure if we had any issues with mom or puppies getting dehydrated. I like this on hand. And then another thing that I think I didn't say would be my septic powder stops bleeding. I have had to use this when mom's gotten a cord too short and had a puppy bleeding a lot. Just put a little bit of this over it and apply pressure, and it stops the bleeding pretty quickly. And I also have Vet Bond, which is for similar things, but also just first aid. I like having this on hand. So that is pretty much what my whelping cart looks like. I do have a stethoscope if I would have a puppy that I'm unsure of if it's alive or not. But that is the general supplies that I keep on hand. I do have more first aid stuff. This thing is full of like bottle feeding and, first aid supplies and all that jazz. Grooming supplies. I mean, there's a lot that comes with puppies, which I just realized I still have hemostats that I could put in here. So that's what we use, what I feel comfortable having on hand. It is not all needed, but I'm much more a rather play it safe than sorry kind of person. And so for me, this just makes me feel confident going into our whelping experiences. Besides the cart, the other things you're going to want to have on hand would be your heating lamp or heating pad, and then a whelping box that is in a secluded, dark, and quiet area. Dogs tend to like to be somewhere safe and quiet, where there's not a lot of distraction and a lot of chaos happening. So having a heating source to keep the puppies warm because they can't regulate their body temperature the first 2 weeks is crucial. And they need to be able to have a space that's around 90 degrees in temperature. Now they can also have half their whelping box doesn't have to be that warm because mom's gonna want to, you know, be able to get away from the heat a little bit, but you do want them to have access to that. And then, yeah, mom kind of does the job for you until they're about 3 weeks old and they start moving around and eating more, and you don't need a whole lot until then. So now that our cart is ready to roll, we're just going to be keeping an eye on Lexi and taking her temperatures morning and evening and looking for that temp drop to give us a good indication that labor is around the corner. So this will be her last litter. She's the matriarch of our program, and it's such a bittersweet thing because, I mean, I just love my Lexi puppies. I think we have one available in this litter yet. So if that's something you're interested, you can apply. You can go to our website at www.greenviewpuppies.com. We launched that not too long ago, last month, I think. So we have a lot of information about our program, dogs that are in the program, our males that we use for stud service that we stud out, up and coming moms for this year and even into next year. Just a lot of fun and exciting information and pictures, reviews from people. We've been really blessed, and we get to work with some amazing families. And so, yeah, there's just some sweet comments from them and their experience with us. But we are so excited to meet the families coming Sunday to pick up the cockapoos. It's been fun talking with them for the last, 8 weeks and getting to know them a little bit, but meeting them is so much fun for me, and getting to see them interact with their puppy and fall in love. And then whelping coming up for Lexi. I just love that. Never gets old for me. It's such a cool experience. So there's that video for you today. I hope you're all doing well, and we'll see you in the next one.